I've been investing $5 a day into SCHD, the Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity ETF, for the last 500 days straight. And let's be honest, SCHD hasn't exactly crushed it in 2025, but I'm not worried. In fact, I'm more confident than ever, and in this video, I'll show you why. We'll break down my real numbers, how much I've invested, every dividend I've received, and what this strategy could do for you if you want to build long-term wealth without needing to time the market, pick stocks, or become a financial expert. I started this challenge on January 1st, 2024, investing $5 every single day into SCHD. As of May 15th, 2025, I've hit the 500-day mark, meaning I've invested exactly $2,500 of my own money. My current account balance is $2,516.55, so I'm up, but just barely, about 0.66%. I currently own just over 95 shares of SCHD thanks to ongoing contributions and reinvested dividends. I expect to own about 104 shares by the end of June, which means a bigger payout the next time dividends roll in. Let's talk more about those dividends because this is where SCHD starts to shine. Here's what I've received so far, starting with a tiny first dividend back in March 2024, but as my position has grown and SCHD's payouts have climbed, those dividends have started to snowball. I've now collected 5 payments adding up to nearly $64, and this is just the beginning. And SCHD's next payout is expected in late June or early July, and I estimate that dividend will be somewhere between $25 and $27 based on how many shares I'll likely own and recent trends. That payment hasn't hit yet, but when it does, it'll be my biggest one so far, and that's the power of steady contributions and reinvesting dividends over time. These dividends may seem small now, but they're growing quarter after quarter. They're buying me more shares, which increases my future payouts, which buys me more shares again. This is compounding in action, and it's one of the most powerful tools available to regular investors. So why am I sticking with SCHD even when it's lagging the market? Because I'm focused on building passive income slowly, reliably, and without the noise of short-term market swings. I want a position that grows in the background and gives me consistent value over time. SCHD is built on quality. About 100 top-tier U.S. companies with strong fundamentals and proven dividend histories. Over the past decade, it's increased its dividend by more than 11% annually on average, and that makes me feel great about this holding. It's something I'm confident holding through the ups and downs because I know it's steadily building long-term income and value, exactly what I want from this part of my portfolio. Let's take a second to talk about how I actually manage this. I've got $5 that I automatically invest every day. The Robinhood app makes this very easy, but because I want to hit $5 every calendar day, not just the day the markets are open, I manually add a little extra on Fridays to cover weekends and holidays. That works, but for next year, I'm simplifying this with a smarter setup. I'm going to divide the amount I want to invest per year. So at 365 days times $5 a day, that equals $1,825. Then divide that by how many actual days the stock market is open, we get about $7.24. So I will set up my auto investing next year to invest that $7.24 every day the market is open, and I can really set it and forget it. So what happens if you stick with this strategy, $5 a day into SCHD for the long haul? Well, if SCHD continues to deliver around a 10% average annual return, including dividends reinvested, here's what that could grow into. At 5 years, $9,125 invested could grow into $11,700. At 10 years, you'll have invested $18,250 and grows into $31,000. And at 20 years, $36,500 you've invested could grow into $115,000. That 10% return estimate includes both share price appreciation and reinvested dividends, which is a big deal because those reinvested dividends are what accelerate your growth over time. Now let's talk about dividend income. SCHD's current dividend yield is around 3.6%, but it has also grown its dividend by over 11% annually on average for the past decade. So let's say your portfolio grows to that $115,000 in 20 years. Even if the yield stays flat at 3.6%, which is unlikely, that would produce about $4,100 a year in dividends and potentially more if SCHD continues to raise payouts like it has done historically. And the best part, that dividend income continues to grow even if you stop contributing because you've built a compounding engine that keeps generating cash flow year after year. So that's why I'm doing this, not for a quick win, but for future freedom and financial confidence. Let's face it, this strategy isn't flashy, it's not fast, and it's not exciting, but it works. You don't have to pick the next big stock. You don't have to watch the news every day. You don't even have to be good at math. This is a strategy for regular people who want to build something real, predictable, and sustainable. Small amounts done consistently. That's how wealth is built. Now, before we wrap up, I want to quickly answer some of the most common questions I get about this strategy because chances are, if you're still watching, you might be wondering about these too. Is SCHD better than VTI or VU? Not better, just different. SCHD is focused on dividend income and quality companies, while VTI and VU are great for broad growth exposure. SCHD works best as part of a diversified portfolio. In fact, combining SCHD with VU is a rock solid option. What investing platform do you use for this? I use Robinhood. It's simple, offers 1% Roth IRA match, doesn't charge trading fees, and makes automation easy. But there are many other great brokerages out there. Are dividends really worth it with such small daily investments? Absolutely. Even with $5 a day, I've earned over $64 in dividends so far. That income keeps growing and gets reinvested to buy more shares. Can $5 a day actually build real wealth? Yes, it's not about the amount, it's about consistency. Over time, small habits create big results. And number 5, can I use this strategy with other ETFs besides SCHD? Definitely. You can apply this to VTI, QQQM, JEPI, or any ETF that fits your goals. It works well with individual stocks as well. The most important part is to pick your strategy and stick with it. This $5 a day strategy with SCHD isn't magic, but it's real. It's simple, reliable, and doesn't require market timing, hot tips, or stock picking, just a plan and the discipline to stick with it. Are you investing in SCHD? Running your own $5 a day challenge? I'd love to hear about it. Leave me a comment. I read every one. And check out this video right here that YouTube is recommending, and I think you will also really enjoy. And remember, this is not financial advice. I'm just sharing what works for me. Always do your own research before investing.